Yeah, hello all. Welcome to Skillify. We are back to the session. Yeah, in the previous class, we have discussed what is class and what is the use of the class and the use of self keyword. I'm just repeating the use of self keyword. Self keyword is used to access the attributes or methods from the another class. We have seen some examples on that day. We will continue with the next thing, which is init. Actually, what is init in Python? Init method is nothing but it is used to initialize the attributes of the class. That is used to initialize the attributes of the class. There is no need to call this init. Actually, we are calling the function name or we are calling the class name to work with that. But if we are using init function means there is no need for us to call the function separately. It will automatically initiate the class. There is no need for calling at all. This is the main use of init function. That is, init is nothing but it is used to initialize the attribute of the objects, and the another one thing is there is no need for calling the init function because it is a inbuilt function in Python. So we will see some of the examples using init as well as the self. So here I am creating one class name that is biodata. So inside that biodata, I am creating one function that is init. This is the way we have to create the init, double underscore init and double underscore. This is the way we have to initiate the init function. So here I am passing self, comma, name, comma, age. So these are the parameters. That is name and age is my parameter and self is the keyword that is used to access the methods or attributes of the another class. So I'm just getting the input that is self dot name is equal to name and self dot age is equal to age. So I'm just getting the input. So the first step is we have just created one class, and inside the class we have created one function that is init. Inside the init we have two arguments that is name and age. I'm just passing that name and age value variables inside the self dot name and self dot age. So the next thing is I'm creating another one function which is my function, and inside that I'm passing the keyword which is self. Okay, which is self. So here just I'm printing print self dot name and print self dot age. Okay, I'm just getting the input from the init function, but I'm printing the values in this my function. So init is a default function in Python, but my function is a user-defined function which was created by us. So here we are having two functions, init and my function. So I'm just calling my class, which is object is equal to biodata. I'm just directly passing the values, that is x, z, z, comma 23. So the use of init function is, in the previous topic we have discussed, we have to pass the values inside the function call. That is, in which function we are working with that, we have to pass that value in the same function itself. But if we are using init function means, we have to pass the values in the class calling itself. Here I am calling my class which is biodata. Here itself I am passing the values for name and age as z, z, z and 23. Because init function is always, it will automatically initiate the class. So there is no need for calling the init function. So I'm passing the value while calling the class itself. So here my class name is biodata. I'm just passing the name and age value here, in which is in the init function. So this is what the way we have to create a init function along with the self keyword. I am just calling the class by using that values. So we are having one function, user-defined function, which is my function. So here I have called only my function. There is no need to call the init function. So I am running this code. First, we will see how it will work. First, it will go for my biodata ZZZ23. Where this value will get stored in the name and age parameter. The ZZZ and 23 value will get stored. After that, I am just passing name to self.name and age to self.age. In the next sentence, I have called my function. So this object will search for my function. So here it is. I'm just printing my self.name and self.age here. So here the two functions have worked. First one is init function and the next thing is self keyword. Here you guys can get the correct knowledge in self keyword because I'm just creating the parameters here, but I'm printing the parameters in the next function. So self keyword is used to fetch the values and attributes from the another function. So init is one of the function and my function is another function. I'm getting that values from init function and printing that in my function by using the self keyword. So while running this code, we will get ZZZ and 23. This is the way the code works. First, it will search for biodata class. Yeah, here it is. Inside that, I'm just passing two values. It will search for init function. So, yeah, it is there. It will pass that values ZZZ and 23 to name and age. In the another function, I have just printed that name and age and I'm calling that function. It will get printed in the output. This is the basic way for creating an init function by using the self keyword in the class. The next thing is I'm just commanding this part. The next thing is str method. Yeah, we are having another one method, which is a default method in class. That is strf. Strf is nothing but it controls what should be returned in by using the return statement. I will explain what is return statement here. And it will print the values in the string. It will print only the string values. String values. So it will print only the string values. For example, I'm using the same function here, which is init. We are getting this. Okay. So first thing is my init function. The next thing is my str function. Str is also a default function that is a string function in Python. There is no need for calling that function separately. So just I'm giving print self.name and print self.age. So the string will print only the string values because the name is the name which we have given is a string format, but the age is in integer format. Yeah, I'm running this code. If I'm running this code means it will show an one str. Okay, we have to give a return, not print. Str function will accept only the return statement. Actually, what is return statement? The return statement is nothing but it will return a specific value with one argument. That is, return will return a value for only one value. Here I am passing self dot name. It won't allow multiple values to print that, and at the same time, it won't allow integer values because we are writing the return statement inside the str function. So it will print only the string value, and the use of return statement is it will return the immediate value which we are passing in the return statement. So just I am giving return self dot name here. So while running this code, we will get obj. We will get ZZZ here because it is a string value. If I'm giving age here, I will see it will throw one error. The reason is string function return non-string. That is age is a non-string value. It is an integer value. So the str method won't accept that. So we have to give only the string value there. I'm giving name means it will get printed because age name it is in string format. This is the way we have to work with str function. Str function is nothing but it will print only the string values and return statement is nothing but it will print the immediate value which we are giving. So just I am passing self dot name here. So it will search for self dot name and it is comes under str for str function. So it will search for str function and here it is the value for that. So it is printing ZZZ and it won't allow any integer values. This is what the yeah, str function. This is what the 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 str So the next thing is how to modify the properties inside the class. Modify object properties in the class. Now, how to modify the properties inside the class? I'm just having the same class. Inside the properties inside the class. So I'm taking the same example. Here we are having biodata as a class. So we are using one init function and one user defined function. If we are working with that, we will get ZZZ at 23. It completely based upon the init and self init function and self keyword. So how to modify the value inside this? Just I am changing the value for age. How to modify that? I have called this function. After that, I am just changing the value for name, which is inside the object. Obj dot age is equal to example. I am giving 45, and again I am printing print obj dot age. So the first thing is obj dot my function will get executed and we will get zzz and 23. After that, I am just changing the value of age, that is obj dot age. So I am giving 45 as a value here. Print obj dot age. So it will print the current, which is a changed age, that is 45. So this is the way we can change the value. Here I am giving, here I am changing the value for name to object dot name is equal to, instead of ZZ, I am giving AAA and I am printing that name, obj dot name. So while running this code, we will get 45 and AAA. This is the way we can modify the values inside the class. Yeah, this is same for the delete. Here I am using the same thing. How to delete the properties? Yeah, we can delete this by using the delete keyword. Till now, it will work and it will get printed as ZZZ and 23. If I'm deleting the properties, that is by using the delete keyword. Del obj dot age. So the obj dot age has 23 now, it will get deleted. So if I'm running this code and printing that obj dot age, it will throw one error because there is no age attribute. Biodata has no attribute age because I have deleted that specific properties which is inside the class. So it is throwing an error, that is biodata object has no attribute age. This is the way we have to delete the separate properties inside the class. Yeah, we can delete the whole object, that is delete obj. So I am giving like this and I am printing that object obj. So here, after printing my function values, this object, I have deleted this whole object and I'm printing that. Then it will throw an error, obj is not present in the code. That is, name obj is not defined because I have deleted the entire object which holds the class biodata. So it will delete the whole object. This is the way we have to create. We have to delete a separate object and a separate properties inside the object.